Shocking news, my lovely, wonderful people. Don't disrupt tribunal proceedings. Atiku warns Tinubu's supporters as they begin to, take ahead and go ahead as, they are proposing that there be a rerun of the election, even without the tribunal making, a final declaration to say this is what we've agreed upon. So the Tinubu supporters are already saying, oh, the election, let's rerun the election. And it's not even Atiku they are after, it's Obi. They say they want to see if Obi will even score 2 million and much more 6 million. That they feel that they just gave them that numbers. So it's very unreal that these things are sincerely happening. And every single person is trying to understand, what's going on here as they are trying to circumvent the will of the people at all costs. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Don't disrupt tribunal proceedings. Atiku warns Tinubu's supporters. A group of APC supporters stormed EU headquarters and were given full police protection to carry out demonstration. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has warned APC supporters, including President Tinubu, against disrupting proceedings at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Atiku, special assistant, cautioned against intimidation of the jury, reference post insisting where they have carried on protests orchestrated to influence the court's order and involvement of Tinubu under his administration and what the people could possibly say. Atiku Abubakar, presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party (PDP) and the former vice president, has warned supporters of the All Progressive Congress (APC) and its candidate, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, against disrupting proceedings at the presidential election petition. According to a statement issued by Atiku's special assistant on publicity communication, the warning became necessary following the sponsored protest staged by Tinubu supporters at the European Union headquarters in Abuja, following the release of the EU Observers Mission reports, which reveal how the election failed the credibility test. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, received a low rating in the EU report of his handling of the election. However, Tinubu's supporters, including his spokesman, Dele Aloko, former activist Festus Keyamo, and Femi Fani-Kayode, who were also named in the report, are all rejoicing and rejecting the findings, saying it is not necessary, that EU were called to observe, not to give a verdict. Following that, a group of APC supporters stormed the EU headquarters and were given full police protection by the Tinubu's administration to intimidate judges. And Atiku said, this is enough. We have an election and tribunal and we have what is going on, and this have to stop. Enough is enough. So this is exactly what is going on right now. This is exactly what is going on right now. Atiku says this is unnecessary and should not be encouraged, or it should not be a part of our daily or lives at all. It is shameful to mention but the least things that are going on that are being allowed. That everything going on here shows that some persons and some people truly do not have a heart for this nation in any way. It shows that they don't care, and how they go about things is very, very unprecedented. Okay, it's very, very unprecedented. To mention but a few, these are some of the issues that we are currently being faced with. And guess what? People are unusually silent in the face of all that is happening. Do you understand the suffering going on? Now, you do not just call EU to come and observe. They don't just observe in Nigerians' election. They do that not only for Nigeria but for every other person, trying to understand exactly what is going on and how African democracy is being shaped. Whether you like it or not, these things are becoming a real are real indications of all that is happening, and our day-to-day life of what we are experiencing, and why change must come. We cannot continue to ignore the signs. Before, it's just like a lady, okay, in a relationship, who keeps pretending that she's not seeing what is happening. You're in an abusive relationship. Before you got in there, sweetheart, there were signs, red flags came up. But what did you do? You ignored it. Yes, you did. You ignored it. You pretended like it does not exist. You chose not to see it. So whatever comes up with it, I'm sorry. It's not a good thing, but you just have to stick up with it. You allowed it. You allowed it. You did. You allowed it occur. You allowed it continue. You kept quiet. You said nothing. When you should have spoken, and the funniest thing with it, it gets worse. It get worse. Look at speaking like Ghana. It gets worse. It doesn't get better. It becomes worse. It gets worse. It gets worse. It doesn't get better. So when we say speak, okay? When we say speak, let's see what will happen. Let's see what will happen. Let's see what will happen. So it's really unbelievable that these things are happening, and every single one of us needs to begin to appropriate the necessary change that is needed for us to come off this and get Nigeria on the right track. Yes, because we don't want the same thing over and over again. We don't want it, do we? I don't think we do. We don't want it. We want this nation to be better. We want things to get better. We want Nigeria to become a nation where people can clearly, have a life and be comfortable. Do you have a clue of 1% of what is currently going on? Do you have a clue of 1% of all that is currently going on, and what we can do to truly bring about this change? So these are some of the things going on right now, and Nigerians, we just need to begin to make sure that we do not allow the same set of people, the same thing, okay, to cover us. Because every time you turn a blind eye on a potential thing that could have been addressed once and for all, what you have just done, you've given it wings to continue to manipulate, to occur, and to continue. You're saying it's okay, that you have nothing against it. But when you address it and you speak up for it as it should be, then you know that you are headed somewhere. You know exactly that you are headed somewhere. Yes? You see? So, Nigerians, it is what it is. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Bye for now.